Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's me, Alan, from BluStreet Exotics. We are back. We took a little bit of a break from getting the podcast rolling. We had some people that we wanted to bring on, some things that we wanted to do. And now we have kind of cleaned this thing up a little bit and are going to be rolling out fresh and clean on the last day of 2023, rolling out 2024. So we are excited. We are, got a whole bunch of stuff planned, a whole bunch of new cars coming, got rid of a whole bunch of cars, lost a whole bunch of cars, and we are excited for the new year. But got to clear some things. Going to give you guys my top 3 things that I didn't like in the rental business in 2023. Not in any specific order, but just going to go over things that I did not like and things that we need to fix going into the new year, especially in the high-end luxury and exotic space that we are in, and some things that we want to see change and some things that we want to see some of our competitors and friends doing that we're going to be implementing that we've always implemented. Number 1, if you have an exotic car and you're renting an exotic car, do not rent an exotic car with no insurance. Customers need to be protected. The cars as the assets need to be protected. And it is something that we are seeing a trend of because a lot of our competitors are pretty desperate. They're, just trying to do whatever they can to get business. And by doing that, they are just ruining the market. And, that's something I just want to see stopped, something I'm very passionate about. Please, please, please stop giving customers $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 cars plus with no insurance. There's ways to find these customers. Every single customer that we have that comes in has insurance. So I'm going to say this. If we're not special, if us and some of the other guys in the industry are able to have every single one of their clients have insurance, you can also have insurance when you're renting your exotic car out. Number 2, please know how to price your cars right. Many, many times we're quoting customers pricing and we have a really good idea about what the market should be. Your standard price for, let's just say, a Huracan, obviously there's many different models. You may have an older Huracan, you may have a brand new Huracan, you may have a Technica, you may have an STO. Obviously the prices on those Huracans range pretty decently, but you really shouldn't be pricing your car any less than, let's say, that $1,000 range. As long as you're in that range of about $1,000 or more, I would say $1,000 to about $1,800, depending on the year. You may have a 2015 Huracan that may cost you, let's just say, $1,199 or $1,399 or even $1,599. Or you may have a brand new STO, a Technica, which that may be anywhere from $1,600 to $2,000 a day, depending on what you paid for it, depending on what options and, different things. But for you to come in and be desperate and give them cars out for $500, that ruins the market. No one's making money renting out a Huracan for $500 a day. I'm not saying that. I'm not going to sit here and pinpoint names and point fingers, but we've really been seeing some really crazy stuff. And we're all in business to be profitable. You trying to undercut the market because you think that's going to get your space in is never the way to do it. Look at what the market is. Find your place in the market, be around where the market is, and you can price from there. Doesn't mean you can't run sales, doesn't mean you can't run discounts, but have an idea on what you're doing. That is super, super, super important to know what it is you're buying and to be able to price it right. So that first thing with the no insurance is huge. The second thing with knowing how to price your car is huge. And the third thing, we're in New York. We're in Jersey. We're in Connecticut. We obviously have the location down in Miami, and we've been expanding, even though we haven't been posting. We have now partners in Tampa, partners in Orlando, partners in LA, partners in San Diego. We got South Carolina. We're growing and growing and growing, working with some of the best people in the industry to make sure that when you guys call us, we can supply you guys with a car wherever you guys want to be. But an industry standard, even if you go to Hertz, even if you go to Enterprise, even if you go to Budget, is a security deposit. Now, depending on the car that you're renting, the security deposit may vary. We don't really shift the security deposits too much. Our deposits range between about $1,000 and $2,500, depending on what car you're taking. But the security deposit is there for a couple of different reasons. And I'm going to just break this down very quickly so you guys can understand why you need a security deposit. Things like curb rims, dings on the car, gas, overmiles, cleaning fees, smoking fees. I can keep going. There are multiple reasons why you put a security deposit on a car. because if you're doing hundreds and hundreds and sometimes thousands of rentals a year, some of those, I guess you can say, things that I just mentioned from, if a customer, like we had a customer that just literally bought a car back. It was weed crumbs, there was food, there was open drinks. I mean, the car came back completely destroyed, and we get a discount on cleaning the cars. Normally a full detail would cost maybe $300-400. I think we paid about half. And we're not here to overcharge the customer. We just wanted our car cleaned. We charged the customer $200, which was our cost, because he did have the car for a long period of time, to get our car back to 100% order for the next customer, because the car did have to go out the next day, and we had to take the time to make sure the car was cleaned. The security deposit is not for if the car gets into an accident. Now, obviously, if the car gets into an accident, you're going to lose your security deposit. That is standard procedure. But there is no car that we have on our fleet that, if it's in any shape or form of an accident, is $1,000 to $2,000 security deposit covering any claim. It doesn't matter what car. It could be our cheapest car now is like maybe like a BMW 540 or maybe like a C300 Benz, and those are our cheapest cars. And those cars, if one bumper goes, is way over $1,000. Yes, you can get it used, but when you factor in buying the bumper, getting the bumper painted, and then installation and all that, it's way over $1,000. And again, we have access to wholesale pricing on a lot of this stuff. We have amazing guys that we work with that fix a lot of our cars, and we get really good pricing. And it's still not going to be that cheap. Forget the exotics, a bumper on a Huracan, a Urus, a Ferrari 488, or, Rolls Royce, forget about it. A $2,000 security deposit is not covering that whatsoever. So when people ask me to take these $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 cars, even $100,000 cars, and can't have the security of a small little $1,000, $2,000 security deposit, this is not the car for you. For the people out there that are renting cars with no security deposits, you guys are ruining the market. You guys are ruining the entire process that we put in order. Me and the guys that have been gung-ho, making sure that we follow the rules, making sure that customers understand why. That's the biggest thing. And the second part to that, there are a lot of scumbags in the business. Let me just stop and just make sure I say that. A lot of guys who cannot wait for you to make a mistake so they can take your deposit. Please, if you're going to rent a car, look up who you're renting the car from. There are some, listen, I'm not the only guy in town. There's a lot of us that are very, very reputable who do the right thing. And there are some guys who don't do the right thing. We accept every single form of payment. All major credit cards, debit cards. We accept Apple Pay, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle. We accept everything. Even if you want to pay check, we accept that too. It just must be before your rental so that we can deposit the check, have it cleared, so you're good to go. If you are not comfortable with leaving a security deposit, that is probably because you didn't go to somewhere reputable. Or maybe you yourself are a non-reputable person, let me just say that. And you're going to do something bad and you're going to lose your deposit. But for us, every single customer that has deserved their security deposit back has gotten it back. And if you have those incidentals that you owe us for, we're going to minus it from that to make sure that we're protected and make sure that we get our money for that and we can move on. So whether you're on the side of the customer side and you are an amazing person, amazing customer, and you bring the car back fine, you have nothing to worry about. And if you're a company who's out there starting with your first car, or you have a 20-car fleet, you want to make sure that you're profitable and that you're not losing money with people out there damaging cars, damaging stuff. So make sure you're out there collecting security deposits. So keep your prices right. Make sure people have insurance, and make sure you have that wonderful security deposit on hand so you can make sure that your cars are good to go, ready to go. And this is all tips from that beneficial for customers and beneficial for the people who are renting cars, so that you can stay in business and continue moving forward year after year after year. Just like we have. We are now in our 5th year in business, which is amazing. Going into 2024, we continue to just do bigger and better things, add more cars, and add more states that we now service. And these are things that we have done and stuck to that has helped us get to this point. Many, many companies don't get to this point where they could say that they've been renting cars on a monthly basis, month after month after month, for the last 5 years. And we can proudly say that we have followed some of these rules that we just went over, and we want to see all the new guys coming in and all the guys that are already there following, so we can continue to grow business together. Alan Hightower here, BluStreet Exotics. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, now called X. Follow us on YouTube. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We got a lot more content coming. It's going to be an exciting year, 2024. Happy New Year to everybody. See you guys soon.